Hello and welcome back to another episode. We are going to talk about kickback and words with similar meanings.
For the word kickback, there's a couple of different meanings, and we're going to tell you how to use both of the meanings. And hopefully, by the end of the episode, you'll be able to use both of them in conversation.
Okay, let's jump right in.
CrossTalk FM is a Japanese and English bilingual freestyle podcast. In this podcast, we explore some cross-cultural themes and trends that we find interesting. My name is Andrea.
Hi, I'm Tomoya. So, Andrea-san, what exactly is a kickback and how do we use it everyday conversation?
Okay, a kickback usually means something that you get in return for helping someone do something. Usually, traditionally, it's a bad thing. In Japanese, I think you would say like waido. Or a bribe, right?
Okay.
So you help someone do something they're not supposed to be doing and you get part of their money.
Yes.
In daily conversation, we would use it just like we would use bribe or waido. You could just say something like, the two politicians were caught in a kickback scheme.
That's what exactly I wanted to say.
Yeah.
This kickback is very popular word.
Yeah, it is.
These days.
It is.
Yeah. So you say kickback scheme in English.
Yes, you can. You can just say kickback.
Okay.
I got a kickback for helping my buddy. You don't have to use it with the word scheme. You can just use only the word kickback.
I see. So that's generally bad meanings.
I think traditionally, yes, but I've heard it used recently in not a negative way, in like a normal way. We often, I think, use the word for if it's a good meaning, we use different words. We use different words like rebate or we say cashback, which sounds like kickback. You get a cashback reward. So it can be kind of confusing, like when to use kickback and when to use cashback or rebate. Yeah.
So when I was young, I have planned a party or event. And we were talking about holding this event, a party at the club or bar or something.
Okay.
And the owners said you can get a kickback if you bring many people.
Okay. Yeah. So I have heard it used like that too. That's a common way to use it recently. That's not a negative way to use it.
I see. Are there any other ways to say kickback?
I think so. Like I mentioned a minute ago, we would say rebate.
Yes.
It's basically the same thing as a kickback. For example, you buy something and you get money back. You get a partial refund.
Yes.
But yeah, so rebate, refund, reward, cashback rewards. These are like the same kind of meaning, but in a positive way. Right?
I see.
There are some other words that are also kind of negative, like kickback is. Can be used in a negative way or in a very not illegal, but doing things you shouldn't be doing. One thing is like under the table. And I hear this often in my line of work, in our line of work.
Yeah.
We get paid properly. You and I get paid properly, but a lot of people working in Japan who are not Japanese get paid under the table. That means their salary isn't officially recorded. It's kind of not secret, but kind of.
So this is a scheme for a business owner evade a tax payment, huh?
Well, I wouldn't say business owner. I would say like individuals. Who maybe work as freelancers or like part-time temporary staff. You can get paid in cash sometimes and you don't have to write any paperwork. That would be under the table when you're not required or you're not asked to fill out tax paperwork. So it happens. It happens in Japan.
Right.
I mean, honestly, I have been paid under the table, not by a choice of my own, by the customer's choice.
Yes.
And so I personally have a choice. Should I report that as income or not report that as income? So if I report that as income, I pay tax on it. If I don't report it, it's under the table. It's like secret salary.
Yeah. So any other words that has similar meanings?
Embezzlement. Embezzlement is another word that is similar to kickback. Embezzlement's a little bit different though. Kickback is like you help someone pay money to get something and you get a small portion of that. Embezzlement is kind of stealing money.
Okay.
It's not getting a payback. It's basically just stealing money and covering it up.
So it's totally illegal.
Illegal.
Totally
it's illegal. Yeah, it's not legal.
Okay. But a kickback can be sometimes not completely illegal.
Right. Kickback, I think nowadays the meaning's changing a little bit. It could be legal or illegal either way.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Embezzlement is illegal.
These nuances we have to remember while we were talking in a daily conversation.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's one more way to use kickback that's not to do with money. We can say a gun has a kickback. So when I don't shoot guns, by the way, but if you shoot a gun, the gun has a recoil. It kind of jumps backwards from the power. And that's called a kickback sometimes.
I see. Yes. I heard this, kickback when someone using chainsaw or, those kind of equipment.
Okay, yeah, like big tools and equipment.
Yes, like an unexpected movement.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. So it can be dangerous.
Yeah, kickback. Yeah. But it's interesting. Kickback from, the chainsaw, guns, and kickback scheme, It's a totally different meanings. But,
yeah, but all dangerous.
I see. The danger is the key concept for this word.
Yeah. It's an interesting word, though.
It is. What's that? So this keyword, kickback, we see these keywords on every day recently. People use these keywords in a bad way, but are there positive meanings that has similar concept to this kickback?
Different words, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, you could use words like incentive or commission. These are similar in that, like a commission, you're paying for a service or a good or a product, and you get a percentage of that. That would be a commission. Incentive is the same way. You get kind of a reward for buying something or doing something.
Commission has a positive meaning.
Yes. It's only a positive meaning. It doesn't ever become really negative.
Okay.
Yeah, you can use that very easily.
I think incentive also can be, a positive meaning and similar
definitely.
Concept, meanings.
Definitely, yeah. It's a positive word.
So one of my students asked me what's different between commission and incentive. Can you describe it, or is it too difficult?
Commission or incentive. Incentive is more like a reward. You do something and you get an incentive or a reward for doing that thing or buying that thing. And what was it? Commission. Commission is more like a percentage of a sale that's kind of predetermined. It's very, very similar. It's very similar.
It is indeed. So Andrea-san,
yes.
Have you ever worked commission or incentive-based jobs before?
Not really. I had a part-time sales job, like a telephone sales job when I was much younger. And we had to call people and try to sell season tickets to the ballet. I think it was the ballet. We were selling ballet season tickets, and we didn't get any reward if we sold a lot. It was just like you were considered to be a good salesperson if you did. We didn't get incentives or anything. But that kind of work generally is incentive based or commission based. A lot of cosmetic sales and clothing sales in America is usually commission based also.
I see. I never worked these kind of commission based jobs before because I'm not good at sales talk.
Yeah, I'm not really either.
This episode was a little more like a English study episode, but hopefully this is good for you.
Yeah, it should be good. And hopefully now you know the meaning of kickback, both meanings, and you can use them in conversation if you want to. And you know the difference between words that are similar as well.
That's it for today's episode. Don't forget to catch our next episode.
Thanks for watching. This is CrossTalk signing off, bringing you English your way every week.
Keep listening and keep shining.
Bye.